Many years ago, when I was at university, I was sleeping and it was late at night, and right during my deep part of the sleep, I woke up wide-eyed because I had a dream, a vision, whatever you want to call it, that the world had basically come to an end and my time here on earth was over. And it was both very frightening, but it was also very exhilarating. But what that experience did for me, because it was just overwhelming, I really thought the world had ended. But what that experience did for me is it made me really assess my life and say, okay, have I lived richly, have I lived fully, and am I ready to die? And at that point I obviously felt not. There was a lot of things I'd put off and things I was waiting to happen. But what it taught me, and it took many years for it to solidify in my life, is that so often we say someday I'll, or we have these goals we're working towards. And I actually believe a better way to live life is to live as if this is the last day of our life. We don't know if we're going to have another day, another week, another year, another century. There's a friend of mine who right now has cancer, and as her and I dialogue, I say in some ways you're blessed because even though you're dying, not that that's a blessing, but you are required now to live fully and richly because you don't know how long you have. And if we all live that way, that today could potentially be the last day of our life, how differently would we live? And so what I like to do to encourage you is to do something that I like doing, is regularly I look at my life, I look at the people that I care for in my life, the things that I have, the goals I have, and I say, okay, if they're all taken away from me through death, am I okay with that? It's something I don't want to have happen, but it's almost a sense of saying, oh, this might be my last day. And I look around, and what it does for me, and perhaps what it may do for you, is it really helps you love and appreciate that all the beautiful people and all the wonderful events and experiences you have in life so much more deeply. Because you never know if this is the last time you'll ever see them. And living in that present moment, living in the sense of this is the last moment, the last day I may never have, even though you still plan for the future, it makes you so much more deeply, I feel, appreciate what you do have. Because then when you look at the people that you love, and you're with your friends and the people that you're involved with, on a regular basis, you look at them and you say, I may never see them again. So I want to let them know how much I love them, how important they are to me, and that I really value them. And don't take them for granted. I think when we think we have years, decades, with people that we love or people that we care about, we often take them for granted. So if I may, just try for a little while, maybe just one time, say, if everything's going to be taken away from me, can I love much more deeply now? Peace.
Our first question this week comes to us from Steve in North Carolina. I really believe organic food is a much better alternative to pesticide-grown food. However, my budget won't allow for an all-organic diet. Can you tell me which foods to prioritize or ways to shop and save me money?
Steve, to simply answer your question, because it can be very complex, and there are great websites I would recommend you going to find out more, because they will tell you which you need to be careful with and which you don't. But in regards to fruits and vegetables, simple, though it's a little too simple, but a simple solution is think about the skin. If the fruit or vegetable you're going to eat has a very thick skin, so whatever is applied to it will, in a sense, be protecting you. If you're going to be eating the flesh and the skin and everything, then you need to be more cautious. So when you have a conservative budget, say, is there a thick skin? Watermelons, oranges, they have a thick skin. Strawberries, you eat the skin, you eat the whole thing. So the thinner the skin, the more pesticides can be exposed to it. So go organic with them. And that's just a general rule, because you may forget, I can't remember, but that's a general rule. There are exceptions to every rule. But if you always think, okay, I'm at the fruit and vegetable market, there's organic, I can't buy everything organic. What has a thick skin? What's probably more protected? Then you can buy them non-organic. And what's protected, what isn't protected, like strawberries, or don't pick on strawberries, but fruit that have no skin that you're going to be eating, those are the ones you want to say, I should probably go organic with that. Elizabeth will address now meats.
Steve, I know it may cost a little bit more for you to go and buy the organic products, the animal products such as chicken and beef and eggs and perhaps even milk, but I think it is very important because unfortunately a lot of the products that are not organic, they are pumped with hormones and other chemicals that really aren't good for you. And you have to think to yourself, okay, can I spend a couple extra dollars right now to really take care of my body, take care of myself, and know that maybe that will prevent me from getting sick in the future, which, as you know, if you're sick, that's actually going to cost you more money. It's going to cost you medical bills, it's going to cost you time off of work, and yes, by pumping chemicals and hormones in your body, that can affect you. So I think it's very important for you to think about not only the produce, but also the animal products and even animal byproducts such as milk and cheese that you put into your body as well.
One other idea too, Steve, we'd like to share with you. You know, there's farmers markets or people that a lot of times have, at a certain time of the year, they have a lot of them and they're organic. And what I do is I'll buy a whole bunch of something. It may seem like, oh, you're going to have to eat a lot of it. But one, it's very fresh, it's very good, it tastes wonderful. So buy a lot of the organic that's reduced in price. So that way you're saving money, but you're still getting the organic. So if they have organic carrots, just buy a whole bunch of them. And then when they go out of season, maybe buy a whole bunch of organic apples. So in a sense, switch your diets, and having a variety of food throughout the year is really good for you. You're getting the fresh organics and you're keeping the cost down. And the greatest thing about all this, or one of the great things, is that you're supporting the organic farmers out there and helping our whole world be healthier, because it's good for our planet, it's good for you, and as Elizabeth said, it keeps you healthy. And that's
which is very, very important.
Yeah, and that's a good investment in you. So if you, even though it costs a little bit, and try to think of ways of saving the ways we gave, but also see it as an investment in your health.
And thank you for investing in your health.